Podcast right now.
Podcast Right Now, episode 82.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Welcome, everybody, to Podcast Right Now, episode 82. My name's John. Michelle joining us today is the traditional boys. All four boys are here. You got a Joe. You got a Chur. You got a girl.
Hey, Carl, what's up?
The $1,000 dog. We got the gold cobra. It's going to be a good show. What the hell's going on, everybody? It's December 9th. It's 20 degrees outside.
It's the 8th, you fool.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm such an idiot, guys. Wow. I can't even operate a calendar over here.
You can just remember it because it's the day after Pearl Harbor Day, John.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well,
next time.
next podcast is going to be better.
Isn't today like the day John Lennon was murdered or something?
I don't know about that. My sister was born on Pearl Harbor Day, so
a day that will live forever in infamy.
I'm not saying that she bombed the ships there in Hawaii, but it would be smart to ask.
What's her take on the Japs in general?
Whoa.
Is that no good?
Whoa.
It's early, man.
Not a good one you can say anymore.
Can't say that.
Yep, on the evening of Monday, December 8th, 1980.
John Lennon
was taken away from us.
Well, thank God for that, you know?
Wait, what?
Fuck that guy.
No.
Did
you guys know he was
Strawberry
anorexic?
Fields forever.
Did you guys know he was anorexic?
Really?
Is it a real story or a dad joke?
When he
Okay.
died, at his autopsy, it showed that he was like severely anorexic.
And?
It's not a joke.
Oh, okay.
We thought you had something holstered there.
Maybe they just didn't turn the body in for a really long time and he got hungry. And that's why he looked anorexic.
The body was hungry? Got a hungry body over here.
This corpse is starving. Can we get a sandwich in here before we start this off?
This man is a national treasure.
He's a vegetarian.
So it's safe to say that John was not the walrus.
Also, you guys mentioned Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor sucked.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Fucking Ben Affleck's worst movie ever. That was the worst.
I couldn't tell if you were about to talk about the event or the act.
The event was
movie.
fine. The movie
The event was
horrible. Horrible. The event started the coolest war in history, or at least got us involved.
It started the last war that we should have fought, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's a good war. Lots of good movies came out of that
Not
war.
good, but like
Good for me. I didn't have to die in it.
It's a nice solid war.
it was right.
It's a classic war.
It was just. It was a just war.
Nazi Germany. That's the enemy. That's a
Yeah. You got to kill
It's
Nazis.
an interesting bad guy.
Oh, there is something else I wanted to talk about, and I guess since we just brought up Nazis, the Nazi that hit the girl at the protest a couple years ago was just convicted of murder.
Whoa.
So go fuck yourself, you fucking piece of shit.
She
Wow.
died?
You're gonna die in prison.
Oh, who's this
Yeah,
Nazi?
she died. I forget what his name was. It's not even worth mentioning his name. He's not.
He's a neo-Nazi. He's not a classic
piece of
like
shit.
94-year-old man.
No. This is a guy like in his 20s or something.
Oh, okay.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many real ones left, are there?
You guys remember
There's
that?
some.
He
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
plowed
the
through the
Charlottesville
people.
or
Yes,
whatever it
yes,
was.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
the car
that was-
person?
Yes,
2 years ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like
and
it was
his
way sooner.
his defense was that he felt threatened, so he was defending himself with a fucking car.
that video
my
is
Nazi livelihood
And
was
then
threatened.
the Nazis like responding to it on Twitter, like they're all they're pissed off. This is a travesty. He was railroaded. It's a kangaroo court. They say that some of them say that he never hit her. But you watch the video, you can clearly see him plowing into this woman.
the video
who died.
The video is brutal.
It's fucked
too.
up. Yeah.
Here's a question. Are Nazis in general, are they Holocaust deniers or are they like, fuck yeah, we did that shit?
It's a good question.
I don't know.
Let's
I
ask
don't know. I'll
Carl.
have to ask the fucking. Oh.
Carl's a proud boy.
Now they
Ask these
don't
idiots.
they don't deny it, but they don't call it a Holocaust. They call it a benefit.
Good Lord. Lots to hit on this podcast.
fuck that guy.
We got
That's some real news for you.
for this episode 82 on the 8th of December. We got Red Dead Redemption. The Avengers End War trailer came out. We're going to talk about that. WWE is going to happen in this episode. We're going to talk about the most lovable man in science, maybe too lovable, Neil deGrasse Tyson. The UFC match is happening tonight. We're gonna tap out on that one. That'll be fun. We got Theo Vaughn is a show that's happening in Cleveland tonight. Our
Lexington,
Kentucky. Excuse me. We got our We got our $1,000 dog going
Man
down
on the street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got our
Beat
$1,000
kids.
dog going down, checking it out. Blizzard fucked up. Fallout 76 fucked up, and then we got Joe's got some games and also some clickbait for you. So
Yeah.
welcome.
We're
to
getting into clickbait now.
Yeah, welcome to the episode. Also, let it be known that this is now an official registered business.
We're not quite yet. We got about a month.
Podcast
we filed,
right now. We filed.
We filed for Podcast Right Now, LLC.
LLC.
If you're out there, and especially if you're on the Patreon, if you were opening up a special $1 million tier for any sort of money laundering needs you may have, we will
Well,
be
the most-
willing to launder that money for you.
Yeah, we'll take. I mean,
Absolutely.
we'll take it. But the highest tier that we can have is $15,000 a month. So I went ahead and posted that.
Oh
that's
yeah,
the
we'll launder that shit for you.
that's
real-
the
real
producer.
clean.
That's the producer pizza party tier. So if you give us $15,000 a month, 3 of us can quit our jobs and focus, solely on the podcast. And then the producer also gets a pizza party.
What if 2 people give us $15,000 a month?
Then all
pizza
4 of
parties.
us,
We can
all
all
4 of
quit,
us
yeah.
can quit. Yep.
And I saw also that you had in there that Joe will come over to their house and give them a tug.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? I
Yeah.
didn't see this.
It says a Gazero tug. Is
You'll do more
included.
than that for $15,000.
You'll do it.
Which 3 of us get to quit our jobs?
I don't know.
We haven't
We'd
talked
have
about
to
that yet.
figure that out
I
first.
don't make a lot of money, so I feel like 4 of us could quit our jobs.
Yeah, we probably could.
If we split 50, yeah, I mean, it'd be tight, but I would do
I
that.
bet we
for-
could make it work. I would. I would be willing.
this
I'd say
podcast.
Kevin and Joe should not quit their jobs. Those are lucrative jobs. Guys have good jobs.
I mean, I could pay off my house a lot quicker, and we could add to. This is like Monica's apartment in Friends. My house has become. With you guys showing up every week.
We're just missing the applause track when Kevin comes through the door. He's like, "Hey, there he is!
We need a
It's
fucking monkey.
$1,000
too.
dog."
I would like an applause track, though. That would
Yeah,
Right, if you
Fix a lot of
that's gonna
things
be
wrong
the
in my
next
life.
thing we get on the Patreon, then will be some
applause
laugh
track.
tracks and applause.
just have your speakers on always and a motion sensor set up, and anytime something passes by it and it's under a height of like 5'5", then it'll crack off, and Kevin will
well done. So
Give us your money, folks. We're saving
quick.
up for a live studio audience.
He comes over here, he starts
Quick
talking
to the
about
ball.
the most recent Tinder date he's been on. And you get those. Woo! I remember those in Step by Step when Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Somers would become tawdry. That was at the top of the 9:30 hour for that TGIF lineup.
It was.
Put the kids to bed. It's 9:30. Patrick Duffy's coming on.
this is just the second week we've done a morning cast. It's kind of fun, right?
I like
Yeah,
it.
I
10
like it.
a.m., 10 a.m. local Eastern time. We got coffees.
Healthier.
Probably healthier, except it doesn't stop us from drinking the normal amount. And
Yeah.
maybe some of us it does.
Yeah.
Joe and we're getting right into it.
I drink way less on the morning podcast. Got a full day of shit to do. I can't take a nap at 3.
Oh, I'm just going to play Final Fantasy all day, I think.
That sounds right.
Good times.
Well, once we wrap here, Zane and I are going to head down to Lexington. It's about a 3-hour drive. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to sleep the entire way.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you're good.
No, I won't really. Stayed up late last night playing some video games, and I think I got about 5 hours. But it's easy waking up when you get to come to a place like this and
Yeah.
spend the morning time with your friends.
I like it. Oh, what did you
We'll get
play,
that sound,
Kevin?
too.
That could be our first top. What did you play, man? What game did you play?
You just call it a
It's
top.
not like every
Yeah.
morning when I go to work, when halfway to work, I just want to drive my car under a semi-truck.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. You're alone in your car and you're halfway to work and you just do that audible sigh.
I got the whole day ahead of me.
This is my life. This is it. Here I am.
Chevy Chase could have killed his family that way in Christmas Vacation.
That whole scene doesn't make sense.
There's no car that's that low, right? That could fit
No.
under
No.
a truck? Or
But not
Some
only
like
that,
Formula One cars.
but not only that, there's like 1,000 times he could have just applied the brakes and driven like a responsible adult. He got all these kids in the car.
No, the jackass was riding his tail. Have you
road rage.
started in on the Christmas movies? I just totally cut you off. You were about to talk about video games, but have you started in with Christmas movies yet, or do you even do that?
I like to do Die Hard, Gremlins, Christmas Vacation.
Yep.
Those are the ones that call to me.
Die Hard is my December 24th, Christmas Eve. I'm wrapping presents. I'm having a bottle of wine movie. I saved that one for that one. But last night we and the lady did Love Actually. That's a fun one. Ugh. It's got every British actor known to man, and then Billy Bob Thornton's in there for some reason.
It's a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Magical.
Ugh. Okay.
Sucks. Don't
I
watch
like
it.
Edward Scissorhands is usually on the list for me. The Trailer Park Boys Christmas special is my Christmas Eve. That's the one that always gets me.
Yeah, that's a
It's a
good
good
one.
one.
Gets me right in the feels.
I mean,
And
what is Christmas?
you mentioned Billy Bob Thornton, Bad Santa. Hell of a
Oh, fuck
Christmas
yeah.
movie. Yeah, got to hit that one.
Yeah.
How's Bad Santa 2? Has anybody here seen that one?
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fun to revisit all those characters, I guess.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. It's not.
kind of a cash grab.
It's not, yeah. It's not on the level of the first one.
And for some reason, they didn't get Ritter back in this one. So
Or Bernie
Or
Mac.
Bernie, yeah.
what the hell?
Snub.
I watched
Somehow Billy Bob is
I'm
the
gonna
most
tell
alive of all those people.
I'm going to have a talk with you guys off pod.
What happened?
I'm just kidding.
What happened to John Ritter? I watched
yeah.
that new Kurt Russell as Santa Claus thing on Netflix. It was fine.
It got a lot of views.
Family friendly, so I was able to watch it with the children. And
It got millions and millions of views according to Netflix.
I mean, it's Kurt Russell. He's easy to watch. I don't know anyone that doesn't like Kurt Russell. He's awesome.
Walt Disney's last words.
He wrote them down. They weren't technically.
Wow.
He wrote down the name Kurt Russell on his deathbed and then died.
Yeah.
On
Like
that
Citizen
bed.
Kane.
No one knows why.
Well, he was young and he was an up and comer over there at the Disney Corporation. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He was the computer who wore tennis shoes, right?
right.
That was his deal.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think that was it, wasn't it?
but it's still a weird thing. I think you'd be thinking of my loved ones, my family members, not fucking Kurt Russell.
He was a neo-Nazi, though. It's not. Don't even.
Who, Walt Disney?
Yeah, remember?
No.
He was in American History X. No, that was
It was Edward Norton.
Farousa Ball.
Walt Disney wasn't in American History X. He
Yeah.
was dead.
What did Walt Disney do that makes him a Nazi? Does
He
anyone
wasn't
know?
a Nazi. He was what do you call it? A Nazi sympathizer.
He was a racist.
He went to Germany and hung out with somebody. Didn't
German
Do you
people?
remember? No, he would throw parties. Is that what it was? And everyone could come over and kill a Jew.
That can't be right.
No,
That's not right.
didn't
I
do
want to
that.
say he like spoke out against like maybe unions or like he made some statements that I think he was a very anti-PC person. Like
Yeah.
if he were alive today, he would be like blah 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 blah.
He is alive today. He's just frozen.
Well, his head's alive.
His head is alive.
He was played by
He's
Tom
probably
Hanks
starving.
in a movie, so he can't be a bad guy. Tom Hanks played him.
If Walt Disney were alive today, he'd be like Alex Jones.
I think maybe Walt Disney was
Soros.
he was just the first person to like say something. Like people are too sensitive or whatever, and he just became a Nazi because no one ever did that. I'm gonna have to go back and investigate why he's a Nazi.
He made a anti-Nazi what's the propaganda movie? It was Der Fuhrer's Face or something. You ever heard about this, Joe?
No.
Yeah.
Was this one of those things they showed like when you'd go to the Nickelodeon
Yeah,
and they showed
yeah.
before your actual
I believe
movie?
so, yeah.
Because they'd show the news before you
But
go
then
to the
didn't
movie.
he do some production or animation for Germany or something? What did he do? He was involved in some way. I don't know. There's probably a lot of like urban myths and things associated with all that too.
It sounds like homework for next week. We'll come back. We'll all have researched Walt Disney /Nazism /anti-Nazism /neo-Nazism, and we'll all talk about our favorite Disney movies probably.
So I like this plan, yeah.
Teasing.
It's a good plan.
Good job.
Maybe.
So
I like
Red
it.
Dead Redemption, Kevin played it. Finally got his teeth in there.
I created a character a couple days ago. Wanted to have it ready to go.
I want to see what your boy looks like. I couldn't get a good look from the videos Super Shark recorded.
Yeah, I think I took a snapshot, but then I wanted the names and all that stuff to be. It just uses your Xbox handle, and I wanted it to be my cowboy name, and
Oh yeah.
didn't happen that way.
Why did I come up with a cowboy name?
Yeah.
I came up with
Yeah, you get to see
Buford Tenjin.
you get to
And
see
you can't even
Pretty
see
good.
it.
You get to see your horse's name. Did you guys see Jordan's cowboy name? Or no, it's his horse.
He was calling it Thick Dixon.
Thick Dixon,
at first, but then he changed. The one he was riding last night was Broomhilda. Hildy.
My
he was calling
horse's
it.
name is Young Jake, and he's a fine boy.
Jordan also is, I think, the only one of us playing a Django colored character.
What does that mean?
And an Afro-American.
A black man.
And he gets into character, and sometimes he goes a little too far. He's playing black, but he's working blue.
Oh man.
Can you give some examples of?
No, I can't.
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. He's crossing a lot of lines. Well, really, just the same line over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
mostly.
Yeah.
Jordan. Ventriloquist, shameful.
Yeah, so we did some horse dancing. It was fun just to be playing cowboys and have everybody in the party chat.
And then Joel leaps onto your horse, and now you're giving him a ride. I saw Joel hogtie Jordan, drag him into a river, and then just let him go, and he sunk and drowned.
Reno got on at one point, but he didn't have a mic, so we just pointed guns at him and then hogtied him and threw him on the back of a horse.
Did he quit?
I don't remember what happened. Yeah, he must have.
He's a goofball.
Does he not have a headset?
I don't
Guy
know.
needs a headset.
He's my Xbox partner, right? Game partner.
Yeah, Mr. He's a Moneybags.
Yeah, but
Get a headset.
His shit is broken again. So now I'm back to where I was. I forget earlier this year where he gets to play all my games, but I don't get to play his games. And I bought Red Dead, so I'm like, all right, man. Fix your shit, bro. I want to finish Assassin's Creed or something.
Do you think he's taking another?
I don't think he can.
Someone else.
Yeah, I don't think he
there's
can.
someone else.
Well, I think it's his daughter logging in her room or something, and he just doesn't know how to manage his accounts. But either way, Bush
Doesn't know how
League.
to handle his family.
Yeah, Bush League. So the beta, I'm pretty sure the beta is done. They've done some updates on the economy. Guns are a lot cheaper now. And anyone who played the beta, make sure you log on because you're supposed to get a bunch of money in gold, 4 gold bars, and I think something to the tune of $100 or a couple $100. So go buy yourself some new clothes, get you some duds.
Wait, when I heard you guys talking about this in the living room, you meant fake in-game money.
Yeah, no, they're not giving out USD.
Okay,
no,
yeah,
the game costs $60. Why
Right.
would they give me 4
I
gold
don't
bars
know.
and $200?
I really don't know that, but that's what I thought you meant when you said money.
And a free horse, a free actual horse.
Where are these horses coming from?
Delivered to whatever address your Xbox Live handle is registered to. Make sure it's updated.
Also,
Horse will
parcel
be there
off
in 2 to 4
a
weeks.
chunk of your lawn because you're going to own a horse. Get a shovel. What else, Red Dead? I don't know. The game is just great.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
So we did a couple. We're just dicking around. I think in free roam, kind of playing around. That was probably the most fun we had, just laughing and palling around. And then we did some death matches, and it's good. I like it better than the death matches in GTA, but I suck at it real bad, and it's hard to.
Yeah, me too.
It's hard to like something when you suck that badly at it.
Well, it's with my experience with it so far is I've gotten better, just by a degree or two. Not I'm not good at it, but it's one of those that when you fire it up for the first time, it feels like a new game, and you got to learn a game. You know what I mean? So you'll get better. So don't just keep at it, keep playing, keep trying to aim, get headshots.
They do a couple of things that are pretty cool in the deathmatch mechanics, whatever. One of them is there's a game type where everybody has access to the same 6 weapons, but each one has a different point value associated with it. So if you can kill somebody with a shittier weapon, you get I think 7 points for killing them with a tomahawk or a knife to 1 point with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And everywhere in between. The other thing they do is a juggernaut type deal, I guess, where if you're really if you're doing well, your target, you become worth more points to the other people,
and you show up on the radar.
Yeah, as a big red.
Point. Yeah,
as a big red.
It's kill
target,
this one dude, and you get
15
points
or whatever it is. Yeah,
kill the red dots.
So I think those are pretty cool mechanics, and I'll just have to get better at actually shooting people in the head.
I'm really looking forward to see what they add to it too, because this is just the first rundown of game modes. Who knows? And Rockstar, they're the kings of
We have years of add-ons for this game to come. It's gonna be awesome.
The most recent Rockstar game that I played is GTA 4, or actually, what's the one? The Ballad of Gay Tony.
GTA
Oh, you
4.
played that one? Yeah. That's
And
GTA
the Liberty
4.
City story. Does it use a similar engine to that still?
Yeah, it's the same engine. It's just
I want to say
it's updated.
Yeah, I want to say it's modified from 4 because I remember with 4 it felt real. I remember noticeably being put off by just how the character moved around.
Yeah,
and
it was a
stuff.
big difference.
real
from-
real leany or something. Like you had like he was real wobbly and stuff. And this feels pretty much dead on to maybe a little more responsive than Grand Theft Auto's 5.
Yeah.
But
And
I'm
a
loving
little
it.
slower in ways, but I think that's purposeful.
I'm talking about
I
just
think there's a little bit of latency here and there because
Yeah.
you're in the West and it's supposed to be a little
Slower
slow.
time.
Yeah.
But I mean the running and jumping
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
clambering
Oh, yeah,
over
yeah,
things, like just that aiming, cover system, all that feels right. But you're absolutely
everything's improved from definitely. From
no, you're absolutely
5.
right about like it just the pace generally being slower. Like I can't tell you how many times in that game I'm like, fuck, I want a motorcycle right now because I could be over to Armadillo in no time.
I'm not sure how the whole Deadeye thing works exactly yet, but I noticed last night it's if you have like a revolver, it's easy enough to like take cover behind something and then just like line up a shot before anyone even knows you're there, and you can do one shot kills.
Yep.
If you hit them in the dome from medium distance. So
Yep. And that's the
I don't remember. GTA was a little more several shots anywhere. I think.
I think that mechanic
Even in the
specifically-
head.
Yeah, each character had a different mechanic. Remember, like Franklin was driving, you could slow down time while you were driving. I'm talking about like campaign. I don't
okay.
know that the online mode had any kind of aim assist or Red Dead or Red.
Well, no,
Oscar.
he's
It
just
had
talking
It had the
shooting.
lock on thing.
Yeah. He's just talking shooting someone in the head in general.
Oh yeah. It's basically like if you're in cover, pull the left trigger, and if there's a target like within a certain zone or whatever, you'll lock onto that, and you can just start shooting, and that's usually it lines up mid torso. So like the trick is get the target, and then see if you can just bump your reticule up slightly so you get that face shot.
So you still have to like sort of aim it to get it right. But
Yeah.
if you're still, I feel like it gives you more credit for
It's
like
easier.
Okay.
for not being moving and taking the time to line up a shot, and you can one shot people.
Pop a dude,
That's
yeah.
kind of fun.
That
Yeah.
goes back to Red Dead Revolver, the PS2 game. I don't know if any of you guys played this one.
No.
I mean, there was no multiplayer to be had for that, but it was a fun Rockstar Western Grand Theft Auto-esque.
Sounds like a ripoff.
It's the beginning of
I
you
know.
did that on purpose.
It's
I don't
basically
think
Grand
that-
Theft Auto 3 in the Old West.
I don't think it was Rockstar until the last game.
Oh, I think it
Did
was.
they buy it or
Did they-
something?
They bought it at some point. Maybe that one was, but it wasn't like big open world. That game was way more linear.
Yeah, it was definitely more linear.
Yeah.
Red Dead 1 was Rockstar at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. But I don't know if the one before
Red
was
Dead
or
Revolver
if,
on
or if,
PS2.
if it was their first.
Yeah, it was definitely like they were big into the GTA. Where I think maybe Vice City had already come out at the time, but it was their side project that wasn't GTA. And here's the thing we're doing, and it's GTA but in the West.
So Super Shark, his character has this real kind of wild hair, and you mentioned that game where there's a different point value assigned to weapons that are more difficult to get kills with. The hunting knife, the kill animations on that are brutal, and so I don't know if that's why he does this or what, but I think he applies that point system to any game. So I'll be playing normal shooting deathmatch games with him, and out of nowhere he just comes sprinting from behind a bush with a knife out, and he just I have a video, and he has a couple of videos posted of like him getting knife kills, and he's a sick bastard. I don't know.
He said it. Yeah, it's his strategy: is you run straight at,
run
you
at
tackle
people.
them, and then knife them to death.
So he got me. I don't think I talked about this on the last podcast. Maybe I did, but he comes out of nowhere, tackles me. Then you go into like a fight mode where like he's trying to stab you and you're tapping B to like get out of it. And so that happens for a little while. I break out of it, stand up, go for my rifle again. But before I can do anything, he's like cut my face. Then he's like cutting my chest a couple times, and then just violent stab right to the top of the sternum. And I'm like, dude, blood is like spraying everywhere.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Red Dead Revolver, just a quick.
Yeah.
It was originally Rockstar. That was the first, but the first one was under the guidance of, or let's see here, under the oversight of Capcom.
Okay.
They started in 2000. It was supposed to be a spiritual successor to Capcom's Gunsmoke.
Capcom.
Yeah.
Oh, the arcade game?
game. Yeah.
Cool.
Gunsmoke?
So it's
Yep,
it's
yep.
related
cool
all the
arcade
way
game.
back to that
1985.
Back to the Future too. Remember when he
Yeah.
You gotta use your hands, mister.
It's like a baby's toy.
Wait, that's not Gunsmoke.
It's something like it.
Oh,
I
wait.
think,
Yeah. That's
There's Gun.
Quick Draw.
Lone Gunman or...
Sunset Riders is the arcade game, but that's not Capcom. There's
No, Gunsmoke is Capcom.
Gun Dot Smoke, the one where it's an overhead view game.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that
gotcha.
game.
Is that a Nintendo then, or
Yeah, it's an NES
Yeah,
game.
it was an arcade game as well. It was ported to the Nintendo. Yeah.
It's a very good arcade-esque, I guess it was actually an arcade game, arcade-esque shooter on the NES.
Yep.
So it was Sunset Riders is the one I'm picturing that was like the Turtles in Time setup.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could be 4 people.
Yeah.
that was an awesome game.
Yeah, that got ported to SNES. We can play it on the Pi.
I'm not going to do that.
All right.
Let's keep it professional.
got all these new
And
games?
John, I kind of stepped on what you were saying.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I was just
I'm
talking about
sorry.
Joel
I'm sorry.
stabbing everyone. If you
Oh, yeah,
play
yeah.
with him, just have your head on a swivel because he's fucking coming. He's a psycho. We had a situation where it was it was that game mode. What is that game mode called? Where where there's the point system of value. Anyways, it was that mode, and we're in this really cool like wooded level, and this was, I think, the only time this ever happened to me in that game so far. I haven't played that much, but there was like 4 people all in super close proximity, and some people were shooting, but most people had knives and stuff out, and it was hilarious because we're all like tackling each other, and then like people are like switching who they're locked with, and like it was just this little Fight Club moment where everyone's cutting each other. It was Joel was in there, I was in there, and then there was like 2 other random players. He has it on his capture, and I don't know. That game is great because they just create such a situation where you can get like, holy shit, that just happened. Did you record that? Did you record that? You know, like just insane moments. I'm in love with that game.
What a future. What a world we live in.
Gonna get better, baby.
Yep.
Get online and stand in a circle with knives.
Yeah. Used to have to go to somebody's house to do that.
Carl, you got to see their video of them. It's like they just figured out that they could ride horses or something, and they're doing this little like circle horse walk in the middle
parade.
of a town.
The trot.
Yeah. I'm like, what are they doing? Because I knew you guys played last night, and I was like, I was on the computer today, and I was like, I gotta pull up the Xbox app and like look at, because I know Joel, he's like really good about if something cool happens or something stupid happens, he'll pop videos.
Joel also, you guys, so you're doing the Rad Dad thing. That's Wednesdays at 11
Yeah,
Eastern.
we should shout that out. It's Rad Dad Redemption. It's Wednesday night, and we typically start around 10 o'clock Eastern, 10:30 probably realistically, and it's all about being a dad video gamer, and we're going hard on Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. So,
And the recorded episodes, we're going to get those hopefully in our feed.
We're figuring out how to get those up. I mean, basically, Joel just has to put them on Dropbox and get them to Carl, and I think Carl will put them up for us.
Yeah. I'm just basically gonna run over them with the compression dynamics.
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah, so
get all the audio levels matched, and then we'll put them up. Like there's not going to be any editing or anything.
No, there's not much. I don't think there's not much to edit, but it'll be. I think it'll be cool. I mean, you guys can let us know too. I mean, it'll be you skip it if you don't like it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think what we're planning to do originally was what we want to do originally was like have separate episodes. Carl is going to do maybe a wrestling one.
Yeah.
Kevin's going to do one about police brutality, and then and we'll have some
Ghost Brogan.
We'll have some side alternate PCRN productions. It should be cool.
It's kind of interesting.
Shout out to Ghost Brogan.
One of our Patreon subscribers, Ghost Brogan. So we're online last night for a few hours, and just the way we were talking about things, I think there's an outside chance Joel's just recording all of the conversations that happen now online in Red Dead, and those are going to end up being like bonus
Drops
episodes
or something. Maybe. Yeah, he's doing really well with it. You can tell he's new to it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you remember how we were when we first started our second episode. Now we're like.
Oh yeah,
really
sure.
good podcasters.
We're professionals.
I mean, we're an LLC.
Yeah, but we were getting into some deep subjects last night. We talked about trans, the whole trans movement, and
What's that?
Well,
The Transcontinental Railroad
trains,
movement.
Trains.
when trains came out.
Yeah.
Talking about all of it, and yeah.
You got in
They're
deep.
not going to
though.
go into all of
we
that.
got in deep water.
And now you're like, this
You'll
is
have to
going to be
listen.
on the podcast, and
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
If not, then we should double back and talk about all the same things again. But so I got sad after a while of playing Red Dead because it was just I'm so goddamn bad at it.
you like
And
to be
And you
top
like
dog.
you like to be good.
I like to be good at video games.
Losing sucks.
I've spent my entire life being good at most video games, and it sucks. You know, when you're just getting killed and you feel like you don't know how to turn it around.
Yeah.
So I demanded that we play Rocket League, and actually I just dropped out of the Red Dead party and started playing Rocket League.
That sounds right. You've done that with GTA before.
I think that's a good move for anybody. Like, get online, play with your friends. But if you don't like the games they're playing, just stay in party chat and go play the games you like playing, and you're still basically there.
Yeah.
But we coaxed
I don't like it. I don't
coaxed
support
them
it.
over to. I had Super Shark Brogan and John Hill playing Rocket League for a while. We did some 2-on-2s, and I was destroying them. I was making their lives very miserable. And so finally we did 3-on-1 in the regular soccer format, and they couldn't touch me.
You won.
Yeah,
You got your pride back.
I was beating them
Yeah.
handily. If you guys want to see the video of that entire game, you can check out my feed on Xbox Live. It's Nude Janitor.
You recorded the
NEWD.
entire game?
Well, yeah, for posterity.
You should broadcast them.
So you guys switched to a game that you're better at,
'Cause you can-
and then you were okay because you were better than them.
That's right. I felt better.
And you told them all before you switched to Rocket League. You said, "Guys, I'm actually gonna switch over to Rocket
No,
League."
it was one of those things
No,
where
he just disappeared.
Does
yeah.
what he wants to do.
but it's one of those things where you get into like a lull, and you know you're going to spend 15 minutes where everyone's
it's a dick move, man. 'cause-
no.
No, Brogan's riding around his horse. He's like, "Fuck, hey, have you guys, Kevin? Where are you? I can't find you." You're like, "Oh, I'm in a different game, bitch."
Everyone's in free roam for like 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and you hit these pockets where you know that we're not going to play again for 15 minutes,
Right.
And I just switch into Rocket League, and
Yeah.
then 3 games of Rocket League later, they're like, "All right, cool, let's mount up or whatever," and I'm
Right.
like, "I saw this coming. I'm already playing this other game."
Nice. All
So-
right.
Seamless.
You are very good at that game and most games.
You guys should pick a game that you're both average at, and then it'll all balance out.
Well, that's this one. It's a new game. No one's
that's-
really great now.
well, no,
I mean,
Kevin
life.
says he sucks at it, so he's not average. He's less than average.
He's played 2 hours. He's got to
Yeah.
learn it. Yeah,
He doesn't suck.
That's what he says.
I suck. I was playing. I got a lot of 3-11s in the deathmatch. 3-11,
but
4-8.
311's a great band.
This is true. You're new to it, so you got to learn it. You know, it takes time. I think
I don't like learning. It's uncomfortable.
That's my favorite part of a new video game.
I like what I like.
Not in multiplayer so much because
I like my beer cold, my women cis.
You like
What?
your sister?
Cisgendered?
No, with with
Oh.
a C.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah,
I like my women
it sounded
biological.
Like you wanted to fuck your sister for a second.
Yeah,
No,
it
it
sounds
didn't.
like you were
No.
talking about having sex
we all,
with Emily.
we all thought that.
No, you and John thought that. Carl knew what I was talking about immediately.
Carl thought that.
Yeah.
No,
He thought it.
no, he didn't.
He's only saying that because you say that he didn't. He knew.
It's not true. He said cisgendered. Well, you guys were all, what? You said the word sister. Do you want to fuck your sister?
So to be clear, though, you don't want to fuck your sister.
No.
Okay.
For the listeners at home, Kevin's wearing a new shirt today. Kevin, can you describe your shirt? It appears to be a red
like a
flannel
lumberjack.
shirt.
It's the red and black lumberjack.
And you seem to have gotten a new haircut since we've seen you
I
last.
got a haircut this week.
You're on the once a week.
Thank you
once
for
a week
noticing.
plan?
Get your ears lowered.
Once every 2 weeks.
Once every 2
that's,
weeks.
That's my. Still looking to get Jaleel on the show. He's got to join us. You guys are gonna love this guy.
Well, I like
He's a leather daddy.
I told you off the cast, I like to think that I've got a talent for noticing when a friend has a new shirt. And I said right off the bat, Kevin, is that a new shirt? And you said, yes, it is.
You're really good at that.
If you guys want to see a picture of the new shirt, that'll be up on the website.
Fuck it, that's going to be a Patreon exclusive.
I've got.
I think people pay for this shirt.
I've also got a teaser for next week. Maybe. I've got new sneakers.
No. I wanted to bring those. I wanted to bring that up. Kevin has the ugliest pair of shoes that I have
please.
ever seen in my
Hold
life.
on.
They are white.
I have no idea
Dad Skechers.
How have
They
you kept
are
those white
horrible.
for so long? Those are
This is a
he's
new
had
pair
those-
of shoes. That's how.
Those are
Oh,
horrible.
okay.
You gotta return them.
John doesn't like my new
I don't
sneakers.
like them.
I guess.
I saw him when you came out. I said, "What the fuck is he wearing right
You're
now?"
wearing navy blue socks with your black shoes right now,
I'm
John.
not. No, I'm not wearing navy blue socks. I'm wearing navy blue sock. Two different color socks on. So I'm no fashion expert. I'm just saying I don't like your shoes. All right, so I'm allowed.
That's fair.
They seem fine.
Your shirt is fine. Your haircut is fine. Your ears look good.
My shirt's beautiful. We can all agree on that.
I had that shirt in 6th grade.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you
And
didn't.
a
Not
green
this
one
shirt.
too. Well,
You're like a
This is a new shirt.
it's like
you
a
fuck.
sexy Al Borland.
I borrowed Joe's time traveling machine, and yeah.
I'll be honest. I wasn't sure about the shoes.
I thought you were buying
They,
them to joke, like it's like you're wearing them
stop
ironically
it. This
or something.
guy shoes are a joke.
Shoe joke?
Yeah, like look at like remember Carl when we used to wear the
Velcros.
the $10 Walmart Velcros.
Yep.
It was also like a statement like, I'm not going to spend $90 on Nikes. You guys have fun. I got extra allowance money for the movie theater this weekend. Yeah.
Plus, these look sweet.
Yeah.
They looked cool.
We drew on them sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
We were so different.
Yeah, those were fine.
Yeah, we were different.
I don't know about
I want
these
to put
yet.
a
They've
cigarette
got-
out on the top of those shoes.
Take it easy. They've got. I like the way they feel.
You can't
Skechers
you can't
make
return shoes, right?
There's a memory foam.
Can
bed
shoes-
of memory foam in them.
Can they be returned? You can't.
I don't feel the need to return them yet, but you guys are making
gonna
me
use them for a while
question
longer.
the purchase.
You really like them?
I don't love them
Well, why did you get them?
because I like the Skechers brand, and
okay.
if you want to know the truth, they add about 1.5 inches.
To your cock?
That is that. There it is.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep,
All
I
of this
had
is
a
making more sense.
yeah, I had a pair of shape ups, famously a few years back. That was my favorite thing about them. They make me I'm upwards of 5'9" in these shoes. I'm like a goddamn
Dude,
basketball
we get
player.
the applause track. He's got these shoes. Kevin is fucking killing it.
You just need to get some fucking lugs. You'll be like 6'3". Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I hate them.
Okay.
It's all right.
Well, that's
They're not
honest,
my shoes.
That's
what
honest
makes,
feedback, I guess.
Makes us all different.
They
We
just
can-
No, I'll
they
tell
just
you
look
that-
like shoes. I don't know any.
All right,
You
so we got
you-
one hate 'em, one they're just shoes.
Yeah, but Joe, with all of his shoes ever, always horrible shoes.
Yeah.
I've dogged on you for a long
You
time
said you
about
liked
your
you're
shoes.
not
you
a great
said you liked
shoeman.
one
No, he
pair
would
of
buy
them.
he would buy those like Dave Casto like slip-on Skechers.
Well, they mostly go with like work pants, and then I just happen to wear them with jeans because
Yeah, they're I don't know.
I will tell you this much. Getting ready for work yesterday in the morning, I put these shoes in the car because I wear my Nikes to the gym. That's the whole thing. I got a new pair of shoes. Now I can graduate all my shoes through the cycle. And my gym shoes sucked ass. Like they were falling apart and they were probably not good for my jumps and whatnot. So I was like, I'll get these new sneakers and then my Nikes will become my gym shoes. It's a whole thing. So I put these shoes in the car thinking that I would change into them after the gym. And then I looked at them before I went into work and I was like, I'll just wear the Nikes.
Those look like you're going to do like a those look like you're going to do like an 8-hour nursing shift or something like that.
I don't know.
Or like you got to pick your kids up from soccer practice.
They're shoes. It's
And you have a vagina.
it's a tough thing because the Nikes are getting up in age. And
Just get
do I wear a dirtier sneaker?
There's a lot
that,
of-
just get
that
some more
looks
Nikes.
better, or do I wear a new
Well,
clean white sneaker
get some
I,
NBs.
that makes me 1.5 inches taller?
I like spending no more than like $30 or $40 on a pair of shoes. I don't like spending a lot of money on shoes, but I still want something that I think is going to look cool with my jeans and not look lame.
Yeah, this might not be the best outfit for it either.
Yeah,
So
could be part of it.
I was trying.
Maybe
to
they look cool in shorts too. Maybe this
Maybe they
summer
do.
you're going
Maybe they do.
they'll look a lot better. I'll change my
Yeah.
mind about them. If you were to wear them with shorts, you going ankles, mid calf? What do we do?
for socks,
Yeah.
it's an ankle or lower. Yeah.
Okay. Joe busted the hell out of me. I wore the ankle socks one summer, the real low ones.
Yeah, the no shows.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
I had some sick Asics that were like this cool charcoal dark gray. I thought they looked real cool, and he was like,
it's no
"What are you
good.
doing over here?"
It's way too much of a man's leg to be showing. We don't
I got
need-
really nice looking
don't
calves
need
though.
to see all that.
Everyone knows this.
No.
Yeah, I love showing off my legs.
Carl's got good legs. They look like
You may love showing it off. The world does not want to see a man's leg.
That's not what the world says.
You're taking issue with a no show versus an ankle. You feel it's too much skin.
I feel like that's a bit too much. Yeah, I'd
But
rather not see that ball and socket, that ugly ass bone that's on the foot.
you never
Cover
look
that
at
shit up.
look at that part of a man anyway. It's always the ass or the penis.
whoa, wow,
Penis.
you're trans, man.
Well, I was looking at John's footwear. He's got some nice looking. They're all black Vans. It seems. That's what I'm looking at?
Racist.
Can't get them dirty, and there you go.
Can't get them dirty.
They're not dirty if they're
how
all
that
black.
works, yeah.
It's weird
brush 'em
because
off.
in an all black car that shows up all the salt, You've not had this problem with shoes?
A little bit, but
Salt.
yeah, they're a little bit. But
they're salty, Joe.
my shoes are salty. I did have an. We're talking about shoes. This happened yesterday. It was in between Red Dead session, and I was like, oh, I gotta pee, and I ran and took a quick piss, and I was trying to like really wrap it up so I could get back to the game. I didn't want like the next match to start or something while I was running away, and if I was killed and they did a full DNA study on my shoes, I had a drip of piss on these shoes. I flung my wiener in a weird way, and one drop of pee landed and instantly absorbed to the top. I was like,
There's probably already plenty of pee on your shoes.
just in general, yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw this. It was just like, that's going on my...
Yeah, if you've been at a urinal
I just haven't
before,
pissed on myself in a while, I guess.
No,
That
a
you know
urinal
of.
has plenty of splashback happening.
Sure.
It's a part of the game.
I'm a pretty clean urinal user.
You got to go right in that pocket. You got to go like pocket left side.
The bottoms of them, sure, but like, I think it's kind of hard to get
Just
piss
don't-
on the top of your shoe.
No. I mean,
No.
yeah,
It's right under your dick.
just don't go for the splash pad, and you won't.
Yeah.
I've seen blowback on
Yeah.
the front.
No, I
the front
hit
of
the
my
back
zipper
wall.
and the
Or I'll go on the side and like loop it in, like hit the sidewall and scoot. And
Jordan and Carl both had really funny piss jokes last night because we're all in party chat
Yeah.
and you can hear. So Jordan took a break to piss. And what sounded like normal, healthy piss sounds for 30 seconds or whatever.
and then he passed out or something. Or
Well, then he started like doing, it was like starting and stopping. And then I think he must have just like poured a glass of water out. Like there was a huge like dump of water or something. And then Carl took over and he put on like a waterfall sound effect or something. And I don't know.
I got to piss now, and then it's just waterfall, just
nice, very nice.
for like 15 seconds.
I like the fact that we're all getting back online and playing. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
looking
all it's
forward
gotta
to that.
be,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I don't care what game it is. I want it to be fun, and I want I just want that to happen. I want all the boys to be on that as a fun night.
It makes
Makes me play
so,
longer. You know,
It makes me I'm so disappointed in Bethesda right now. Like, I'm not mad about Fallout 76. I'm disappointed.
you should be
I'm
furious.
disappointed.
Did you buy it?
No.
Thank God.
I'm disappointed in my favorite game studio. And Todd Howard needs to get his shit together.
That's that scumbag's name.
He's
Todd
not a
Howard.
scumbag.
He lied in the
He's a good
face of
guy.
everyone.
Sounds like a real piece of shit to me.
I don't think
John Wayne over here.
I don't like him one
I don't know.
bit.
Everything is all speculation, but I've loved this company. I mean, since the Morrowind days, and
So-
he's the reason that they're where they are. Like
Yeah.
they wouldn't have if he hadn't been around, they probably wouldn't have done
Right.
Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 3, and they wouldn't be a company anymore because that saved them.
Yeah.
Like they were on their last leg, and it's kind of a similar situation. Instead of doing what they did well, which was the Elder Scrolls experiences, like the first two, they branched off and they were like, well, we'll do some different stuff in the universe, and they started putting shit out, and then they were going to go under, and they did Morrowind, and the rest is history. And I feel like they're at that. Like, they're getting too greedy now, and they're at a point where they're trying all this shit.
They're big time.
And it's like, no, you guys got to put out a fucking Elder Scrolls game. You got a solid experience that it's your fucking cornerstone,
Yeah.
and you haven't done it in 8 years.
So Fallout 76, after its beta, it started catching some pretty serious heat online.
yeah.
And then, so, we'll fix some things. We'll tighten up some things. Nothing really was changed. It's right now... it's like a 5 on Metacritic, and it's a bunch of people are saying, well, it's just the case. It's the worst reviewed AAA title in the like last couple years or something like that, and that's a bummer. Because
compare
I think
that-
you were looking forward to that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I would have bought the shit out of it if a bunch of people I knew were playing it, and it seemed fun, because I've always been wanting to get into one of those Fallout games, but those games are like. Also, like Skyrim and Oblivion, like you're putting some
takes some time.
in
Yeah,
those
yeah.
games, and I don't have that kind of time in my game schedule anymore. And it seems to be only getting smaller and smaller the older I get. So, a lot of people being burnt. Steam was talking about issuing refunds for people that had bought that game and were pissed.
Well, it's not on Steam.
or
Fallout 76, it runs on their own Bethesda loader and everything.
But I thought I heard
But
that somebody,
they're doing that right now.
and that's bad. Like you never want that as a headline.
Yeah.
Like Fallout
Yeah.
considering refunds for their shitty game. The complaints I've heard are bugs, but that's almost to be expected with any Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Which people say that, and I think is bullshit. I think that's funny that people are okay with like, oh yeah, their games are just kind of always buggy. Like,
Well, that's with
a lot of
that's with a
games.
lot of games nowadays.
I haven't
Stuff comes out and there's bugs. I mean, like there's a bunch of bugs in Red Dead Online.
yeah, but I haven't had any like game breakers, or I haven't like lost any save data, or I haven't.
Just party
and
drops. I guess
they're in earlier games. There's some of that here and there,
Yeah.
but it's never been as bad as it is with Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Never. A lot of bugs. Some bugs they know are there right before the game comes out, and they leave them in because they're funny. Like there was some stuff in New Vegas where like in the first area when you wake up and the doctor is there, or like there's a chance that some bug would happen where the doctor's head starts spinning. Like they just left it in because fuck it, that's not going to break the game and people are going to laugh, and it became like a meme and stuff. But yeah, like there are game breaking bugs in this. There are bugs that are going to ruin the experience and everything.
It's funny to think about like the code or whatever, the programming that leads to a bug like that. Like, all right, and then the player wakes up, and if they do this, whatever, the doctor does this.
And then
but if they do this,
the setting on the
rotate
lighting
his
for this.
head
Yeah.
360 degrees, do that real fast over and over again,
It's like watching
and end.
It's like watching a computer like piss its pants real quick. Like,
Yeah.
buddy, what happened there?
Or.
No.
What else? All the story in the game, if you do play it, is text driven or are audio files that you
Or
listen
robots or computers.
to. People are bitching about that.
Part of this is what makes me feel good about like not having a current gen system.
Well, that's not
Well,
every
this is
game,
one
and that's
game.
why this one's
That's
getting torn
stupid.
apart.
No.
Is because
Whoa.
when you spend $60 on most games, especially from a big developer and a big publisher, you get a polished, finished product when you get it. You know,
Right. But I'm saying I pay like $10 a game at this point for an Xbox, if that, and then 360. And I already know like which games are great and which ones are pieces of shit and which ones to avoid, which ones are okay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
paying $2.
That's going to be the same way with anything, though. Like technology. I mean, anything technology based. Like, yeah, if you wait 2 years, you're gonna spend less money, and you're gonna know what the good shit is.
Yeah, I'm gonna let all you guys hit the deers in the road. I'm gonna drive around your corpses. It'll be great.
So you win,
Yes.
but you won't be playing Red Dead with us online, and you won't get to see Joel cut, Kevin's heart out on a multiplayer map.
I don't need
blood
it.
spray everywhere.
don't-
It's
And
gonna be
you're
awesome.
you're not contributing to society. Like you're basically you're skipping out on jury duty
Bottom
by
feeder.
being
Yeah.
a guy who
Yeah.
waits for us all to play the shitty games.
That's not a real equivalency. I don't accept it.
We do have a comment too,
Okay.
right now.
Hit us with
Oh, a
that,
comment.
yeah.
The fuck
Yeah.
is up?
What's
up
the
this
comment?
early?
Biggity Beezer says,
Oh, hi.
our boy Jay.
How was your
Jay,
week?
Jay, your shirt and your sticker are on their way, by the way. He says, I think they know they can dick around with side games for a bit, then redeem themselves with a new Elder Scrolls game. I wish I know that they can do that, but they were never the company to do things like that.
And I think
this
they
is a
have-
company that got started by getting screwed over. They I don't know if I've told you guys this story before. They created a game as back in the late 80s, I think, called Gridiron, a football game, which was low graphics, but it had the most advanced like physics and actual system running to make the game to simulate the sports.
Yeah.
It was just really low graphics.
Bethesda. We're
Yeah,
talking about,
Bethesda. So after that game comes out, EA comes to Bethesda and says, "We got this title that we're going to release with John Madden. It's called Madden Football. We want to use your engine for the game. You sign up with us. We'll use the engine. You guys can keep making Gridiron games too, and we'll release those as well." Which is that's a bad
idea.
It's not going to happen. They're not going to do that. They've got the football game they want. They've got the engine they want. But they signed on and took the money, and of course they never got to do Gridiron games again. And we all know what Madden is now. So yeah, I mean they know about getting screwed over.
Yeah.
So I always thought that, especially with Todd Howard at the helm, like that they would never
I mean, what was their
do tactics like this, like act like a big video game developer, even though because they were so popular and they had released such good games, they had become a big
I think we're jumping the gun a little bit and thinking that they meant to. I don't think they meant to hurt anyone.
Right.
I mean, they released a game and it fell short.
Yeah,
That's
but if you're a publisher and you see the state of a game 6 months, a year prior to it being released, and you know it's shit then, but then you still market and sell your game. I mean, I know you're trying to recoup any expense on the product, but at the same time, like that is fucking a bunch of people who pre-ordered it, and then there was
the pre-order. I mean, there's been a dangerous precedent in the last few years because first of all, like pre-ordering games, I don't know is ever a good idea anymore.
Real quick, did anyone see the whole the bag that was supposed to release with like the ultimate edition?
Yeah. So people were supposed to get a canvas bag for because with the highest end special package or whatever. You get an actual
helmet, right?
power armor helmet.
Yeah,
it's fucking big and it
looks cool.
It's sweet. They're really cool. But it was supposed to come with a canvas bag to a nice looking canvas bag in the pictures.
Yeah.
To carry it. And when people got it, it was like
nylon.
like it looked nothing like the bag except in color maybe, and it was nylon and shitty. And people, not that many, probably under. I would assume like under 1,000 people ordered that bundle.
I have never spent the money on like an extreme version of a game like that.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that they're going to replace them all, but it can't be like the people that ordered that couldn't have been enough to convince them. Like everyone else in the community got pissed off about it too, and started rattling their cages.
All right,
so the people that were supposed to get the bags are going to get their fucking bags.
Yeah,
and that's good. But that's
also. It's definitely like, just to be fair to Bethesda and stuff, like this is absolutely one of those pile-on situations. It brings to mind the Star Wars loot crate thing that happened with Battlefront 2 and how like they caught hell for that, and it's kind of good that they did that because that outlawed loot crates, basically gambling in a video game where it's like, all right, I want to spend $5 and I'll get 25 crates to open, and they may or may not have some shit in the game that I want. And then they took it a step further, and it actually affected gameplay. It wasn't cosmetic items. It was like your ship will go 25% faster.
Yeah, terrible idea.
More accurate.
Yeah.
And so they caught major hell, and then they fixed it, and then that game never really recovered, even though they fixed it and took it out of there. It's a badass game too. Like it's a good, it's a fun game.
When you say outlawed, did they actually do something where you're not allowed to do that, or it's just a terrible idea?
It's
and people, everyone kind of understands now. You can't do things that are going to affect gameplay.
Every reviewer, that's the first thing they're going to investigate if you have any kind of like crate system in the game. They're going to say, okay, do you pay for it? Do you not know what you get, and does it affect gameplay?
Well, all the bugs and shit. This is partly our fault for pre-ordering games and continuing to do it for a stretch there, even after we had already seen this.
Yeah, we've told them that this is okay as consumers.
And like Friday the 13th was the most broken game ever, maybe for
pretty broken
for several months after it came out. People were kind of excited about it, and then people kept buying it.
But that's a good game. In the end, that's a good example of they fucking rolled their sleeves up and they listened to people,
right?
And they fixed it, and that's a good game. And what sucks about that game, just a quick sidebar, is that they can't make any content for it anymore because of the court cases involving the IP.
But we've told developers basically that release the game if it's kind of what we want it to be. We'll pay for it, and then you can fix it later. So,
and then you just kind of have to keep in mind the scale of a company like Bethesda versus the guys that released the Friday the 13th. That was probably like a studio that had like 15 people working there. You know what I mean?
Much smaller studio, starting from almost nothing.
Right.
Just an idea.
And that game, I don't feel burnt on that one because I had many nights of fun playing that game.
Blast.
Yeah. And I think I just recently saw that they lowered the price on it, but that was not a $40 game. It's like $20 now if you want to check it out. We talked about that one a lot on this podcast.
We did. Yeah.
I've got a question / maybe defensive loot crates. Are you familiar with the game Magic the Gathering?
Yes.
Kevin's very familiar with that. Okay. I had a little more to add to.
Oh no,
go
ahead. I just wanted to jump in before we got too far away from the loot crates.
Go for it.
Well,
Old lady's a stop sign here.
Yeah. Go ahead with the loot crates. I'll circle back.
All right. So does you say that it affects the core gameplay, or it makes the game different somehow?
It would, in competitive multiplayer, you could get perks in these crates that would increase your accuracy, give you different like damage ratings.
So it sounds like
You didn't earn. You could earn those crates, but you you could buy them with money
Real
You
quick,
could
yeah.
buy better.
It sounds like that's something you can do with like any. What are some of the Candy Crushes you can buy your way?
Yeah,
through
but those aren't
Those
real
are shitty
video
games. Yeah, those
That's
are
fucking.
So it sounds like they were maybe
12
trying to
girls.
implement that
They're-
system.
those
to
are
that.
really popular, and they're trying to.
Get
they're
more
testing the
bang for the
waters
buck there. See
over
if
the
they can
last
do
few
it.
years. Like they took a big step with Battlefront 2, and people were like, "No,
Yeah.
Okay.
this is not that type of game."
So was it that they weren't doing something that they couldn't do, but it turned out it just wasn't very popular to.
Well, they shouldn't have done it in that
Yeah.
arena.
Okay.
All
right,
that's
just
for
imagine-
phone
Yeah,
games
yeah.
and for little
Just
girls
imagine
and
being
stuff.
the parent that has the kid who has access to your dad's credit card and said, "I'm gonna fucking be awesome on Star Wars today," and dad finds the credit card bill. Like, so it's fucked up on a few different levels.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say it's a money grab, but
Right.
I don't know if it's the worst thing in the world on a business side of things. But
There were a few countries that were like they actually took it to court on like the legality of gambling in video games, or was it
Is it
Is
really
it
gambling? 'Cause
gambling?
You're,
Yeah.
not getting,
Was it
you're not getting a
gambling?
cash return.
Yeah,
It
You're
is
getting a-
gambling.
How is that gambling though?
You don't know what
'Cause
you're
it's
paying
like,
money
it's like
for
a fucking
something.
slot machine.
Yeah.
You're paying money, and then you're getting a random drop.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, there's no money coming back to you. You're
Right,
just
but you're
paying
getting a
for-
reward. It has
You're
some.
getting a-
What you're getting has value.
That
Well,
no,
only in
it
the
has
context of
in-game
the-
value.
You
Yeah.
can't spend that
No,
value anywhere.
yeah.
No.
It was ruled. It was
Legally
ruled,
not gambling.
no ruled that it was not gambling because of what you said.
Yeah.
It's, you're paying money for something digital in a game, but you're not. Yeah, you're not like. It's
Nothing that
it's
has
shiesty. It's-
any cash value.
Yeah, it's
either
shiesty.
way.
And all I hear whenever I see shit like this, or paid content, or I don't know, however developers are trying to eke more dollars out of players post release, is just do we have to do $70 for video games or $80
Yeah,
for the
it's
game?
terrible.
Now? If
Yeah.
you guys aren't getting paid and you can't pay your development crew, then let's just charge more for the games, or do whatever we got to do.
But that's not
you
the
know?
case. It's fucking bullshit. I mean, look at Rockstar.
Right.
They're making money. They're still selling.
Yeah,
they're
but-
still selling Grand Theft Auto 5. They can still sell
Yeah.
that for $60.
But when you're talking about video game development, right now, if you're talking about Rockstar, you're talking about like 2% of.
I know, but their model is what to follow. Like, I mean, if you look at the way they do it, they release a game. It's damn near perfect when they
Right.
release it, and they just keep adding to it.
They
It's
also,
all free.
Yeah,
Is GTA 5 is that a 5-year-old game now?
it is.
Yeah.
How are they still
Jesus
selling that for?
Christ.
There's got to be so many secondary.
Because there's so much.
It's incredible.
There's so much content that has been added to it. It's
for
like
free.
Like John was talking about how the cunning stunts.
Yeah.
Is
a
that
new
what it's-
game.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a new game.
No,
It's
but
like
I
a
mean,
total
how,
new game.
How are you still selling it for $60? If
Why
somebody
would
can
you
just
drop
buy
the
it?
price on it? It's still good.
No, can't somebody just buy a secondary copy of it?
You can.
Yeah, they
Used
can.
in-
But if you want to buy it digitally, you'll you'll be paying the price that it's set at. I mean, they run sales on it and stuff.
But-
It's not $60 all the time.
Sure, but
Okay.
You can get it for 30 or 40.
a company like Rockstar is going to be fine with that model because they release bomb games. So when that game comes out, I think they made like $700 million in like the first couple days that it was launched. Red Dead Redemption 2. Of course, they can support that model. I'm talking about those mid-level developers or mobile developers where it's like, we got to keep the lights on in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the game's $1 and now you have it and you can play it for free, whatever, it's like, we need them Candy Crunch stars or whatever. You know, like they got to find some sort of way to, or like how Fortnite handles it. Game's free. But you get that battle pass thing that people do, and
you
so-
can get all the do cosmetic stuff. You
Yeah.
can do cosmetic stuff out the ass. I don't care
Yeah.
if you charge people for cosmetics,
Yeah.
but that's got to be where it stops.
But it's almost
you can't
like-
get an advantage
yeah.
over someone else spending more money over the
It's
cost
like-
of the game.
But it's like this fucked up equation where it's like super awesome, high polish, high quality, video games. They gotta land, right? They have to make, like, they have to crush when they're released.
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
to make a shitload of money. or you're going to make a mediocre game and then find a way to charge the small population that is wanting to play it for long term.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's this weird. It's this weird time, and I don't want them to raise the price of video games again. But
do we want to do a quick couple minute any more things to say on video games, and let's move on to a game maybe.
Beezer wanted us to talk about Diablo a little bit. He was just asking.
Well, go ahead.
So I don't know what video game convention it was or whatever, but going into
Gamescom.
Going into Gamescom, Blizzard had made some teases to the Diablo, universe or whatever, the Diablo games. Everyone thought Diablo, 4 would be the next one. Diablo 4 is going to be announced. Diablo 4. They get there and no, it's not. It's Diablo Immortal. It's a fully mobile game. It will not be released on consoles or PC. They've said that, and people are pissed. It's a full Diablo experience, but it's going to be on mobile games, and that's what they're releasing right now. They are working on Diablo 4. People fucking know that, but people are just super pissed. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I don't think there's any reason to be mad at them. They teased that you were going to get something from the Diablo universe. That's what you got. They're allowed. These companies, that's another thing that's been driving me crazy the last few years too. I get people's gripes about bugs and unfinished games and stuff like that, but when you don't get something that you want, that you assumed and you built those expectations into your head by what you saw, which wasn't actually teasing to what you want.
Yeah,
and people are like, "Well, you need to do this." Fuck this. Get your people are mad because some of their top developers are working on this game and all that. What the fuck is wrong with people in that respect?
Well, if I was a big Diablo fan, I'd be pissed if, all right, so if the next Halo came out and they never technically said it was going to be an Xbox game, and then they announce it and it's for my phone, I would be pissed.
Yeah, but that's not.
If it was implied or it wasn't said, hey, we're working on a new mobile game or something, I don't know. Not that they have to. I mean,
yeah, but people kind of assumed that they were, and they are still working on that game. That game is still going to come. Diablo 4 is still going to come out.
Then chill out. It'll probably come out in another 6 months or a year. You'll get your Diablo. I never played Diablo.
He's sorry, I was reading something. But I don't know why people are so mad. If the game's coming out, there's another game that you can play on your phone that's going to come out too, and they're trying to do something new. They're trying to take an IP that they already have, and make a full playable version of it on your phone too. I think that's kind of cool. And they're still making the game that they want.
I wonder if they'll ever get those streaming services with really good, no latency. You could hook an Xbox controller up to your phone and just play Red Dead or something. I want that.
Oh, and then go ahead.
No, I got
one more thing just on Fallout 76. I think people are obviously that engine has issues that modders have fixed over the years.
They count on their modders to fix them.
And there's still bugs in it that other people have fixed that are present in Fallout 76. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
But I don't think that engine is dead. They've
a
built
lot of
the
people
engine
that disagree with you.
so that it can be upgraded, so that they've upgraded the lighting. They're basically doing the exact same thing with this engine that Rockstar is doing with their engine.
Only one's a good engine and one's kind of old and clunky.
No, they're both the same age.
I'm just saying. I've seen a bunch of reviews on this game and it's not.
Yeah,
and
it's people like you said earlier. They're running with it. They're mad about They're mad about legitimate stuff, and they're taking it even for. Yes, they need to address the bugs with the engine, and the engine needs to be tweaked.
Right,
but they don't need to shut down the next 2 games in production.
Right.
And come up with a whole new engine. That's going to take years, and the engine's fine if they do their fucking jobs with it. They're not doing their jobs with it. That's the problem.
I've heard from a bunch of reviewers that I think they're good reviewers. I think they're honest about their reviews and stuff like that. That it's not even the bugs. That's one side, caveat to this whole thing. I think that game is getting poor reviews for a bunch of other reasons besides the bugs, like the way the storytelling's done.
Well, I think the engine is an afterthought too for the actual, because if it ran smoothly and ran better on the same engine, which it could, we all know that it could. these are things there are a lot of things with that engine that they could have addressed and fixed and made it run better.
Right.
It could be on this engine, and they could have put more work into it and released a decent game, and no one would be complaining about the engine.
Right, but I think the game's like a bad idea for a game anyway. Where if you're a Fallout fan, you're used to playing these stories and bumping into NPCs and all this.
Oh yeah, the NPC should be in it.
Well, definitely. So that's gone.
Yeah.
And then I've heard like even its core gameplay is like a lot of fetch quests and like and like how there's the online component, but basically there's no reason for it to be there. And then everyone's saying like, don't play the game alone, even though he was on stage at E3, that Todd Howard guy, saying that, don't freak out. This is not necessarily an online game. You can play this game by yourself and still get the Fallout experience. And that is what I've been hearing way more negative as far as reviews go. The bugs are one thing, but I've been hearing just the whole game blows.
Well, and that's kind of my point, is that the real problems eclipse the problems with the engine and the bugs.
Okay.
Like people are getting a little too, because they're freaking out about internally. They're freaking out about using the engine on the next two games now because everyone's on about that. And I think they are running into some issues with the engine on Starfield as far as flying and stuff like that. So there is that. They are going to need to do something with that. But as for making their core games, like if they stuck to what they do, that the engine should be fine as long as they keep it up to date. Like I think that's a whole separate issue from the real problems with Fallout 76.
Yeah,
is what I was saying.
And then I think I don't know. It's not.
It's like all that stuff.
Not dishonest.
Totally.
Not dishonest, but definitely sold a piece of shit knowing that it was.
Yeah.
And tried to calm people down up until the day it released, and everybody's like, yeah, but you said.
And maybe I would like to think he's always been an honest guy.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be the type of dude that'd be like, oh, no, I want to fucking play it before I go talk to this conference or do several interviews or, whatever.
Yeah.
But we should move out of video games.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Joe, do you have got a game for us?
Well, I was actually texting our good friend of the podcast, The Invisible Hand.
Oh, The Invisible Hand.
He has come up with a system for ranking Nicolas Cage films, and I've been trying to get him on to talk about his favorite Cages, his least favorite Cages. I just bought a couple Cages last night being the other day.
Human-sized cages, or?
Yeah.
Nick-sized Cages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a 2-pack at Walmart available. I went in search of Con Air.
They always pair those with a shit movie to kind of like balance it out. Or
Well, no, I didn't find Con Air, but I found 2 shit movies. It was Ghost Rider and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance for $3.47, and I thought, all right, that's the right price point for me to finally see the Ghost Rider franchise.
DVD or Blu-ray?
DVD.
You're watching DVD still?
I don't have a Blu-ray player.
Oh
John.
my god!
They called it the Ghost Rider Collection, and it's 2. Is that really a collection when it's 2 movies? They just say it's the Ghost Riders.
Collected 2 movies.
It's a sandwich.
All right.
It's a sandwich.
Well, we got a couple of games. John, you got a game too, right? I don't want to step on your toes with my. You said you got
on your toe. You're already halfway into the game.
Yeah.
Well,
announce the game.
John said he had a rhyming game, and I don't want to play a rhyming game. If he's got a rhyming game,
I don't have a rhyming game. So you go.
Earlier,
nuts.
you said you had a rhyming game.
Old ladies at a stop sign. Get to it.
All right.
Play the damn game.
I discussed the possibility of a game. Nothing was confirmed.
I mean, do you have another non-rhyming game?
But then we decided a few moments ago that we're going to play your game.
Do you want to talk about rhyming game? Does anyone, Carl? You said you might have a rhyming game at some point, right?
No.
But in the future, you might.
Maybe in the future.
So should he do his now? If you might have one at some point.
We spent 40 minutes talking about Red Dead Redemption. And now we're quibbling over 2 minutes about a rhyming game.
We covered Fallout 76.
That was great. That was great content.
Oh.
What are we?
All right.
And John and I had a spirited debate in the end.
I might do a rhyming game in like a couple episodes. I just want to throw that out there while we're talking about the idea of doing games.
I think all of your shoes are ugly. How about that?
I liked your shoes. Why are you getting on me?
To the game.
Listeners, right now, while Joe figures this out, Lance Scholl is with us. D. Egbert, Biggity Beezer,
What's up, Dad?
Gare Bear.
Well,
Studios, Constable So Boring, Tyler Grissom.
Constable So Boring, welcome back.
Yep.
Gare Bear.
We have this actual rhyming game that will take place.
Jer Bear.
Who's Jer Bear? Do we know Jer Bear?
I don't know.
Is that my brother?
He's a regular listener.
Oh, probably not then.
What's so regular about him?
Well, he's here every
He
week.
poops.
Oh,
He or she.
normal bowel
frequently.
movements.
Kevin, we
Yeah.
all know that
Hey,
you've
yeah.
been a man about the town with the ladies. You've been on the dating sites. You've been trying to find that one true love. We hope you'll find it someday.
I've made my, I've been trying to make 2.
Let me smell your fingers.
Yeah.
Well, we know this about you, and we love you for it, and I'd like to help you out. And right now, I've got...
He's just burns his shoes right now, takes his shoes off him. Sorry, I'm done. I'm sorry.
No, that's valuable feedback. It comes off you're harsh, harsh
I
but
love you.
fair.
I love you.
You're not wearing those to dates, are you?
But nobody, well, thank you for
Not now.
weighing in on that.
The shirt, yes.
Yeah, shirt's good. I would have worn the
Sexy Al
Nikes
Borland.
if I were on a date. It hurts. It hurts to hear that these shoes are ugly, but that's honest feedback.
Why does
and-
it hurt? You didn't make the shoes. You just chose poorly.
Well, but I
didn't
committed
craft
to them.
them.
Here's what I will say. I kept seeing these shoes, and I was like, I think I'd like a pair of those. And now I've spent the money on the shoes, and if nothing else, I know that
But
I don't need to wear the.
You're
these
not
shoes.
that Indonesian child who had to craft it for pennies on the thousands of dollars.
I'm not.
So
And they are probably comfortable.
They're super comfortable. I'll find a place for them, and like we talked about, I'll try them with shorts and a white T-shirt, and maybe they'll look a
oh
little
God,
bit
not
better.
on a date.
Joe, will you do your game?
He just wants the game.
All right. Well, we've got some. You've tried all the conventional dating sites, haven't you? You've tried them all, right? Surely.
I've tried them all.
Tried them all.
Yep.
I've got some more for you.
And then I tried the mall. I just walked around and
You met some 16-year-old kids there.
Go to the food court. Whatever you
16
want.
above the age of consent in Ohio.
Yeah.
Onward.
Seems like you've looked that up pretty recently. This is a trivia about some lesser known, but actual dating sites or apps. And, they're lesser known, not as popular, but maybe you haven't checked them out. And they all happen to rhyme with more popular / actual dating sites and apps. So I'll describe who you may meet there, what you may try to do on this site, and you'll have to come up with the answer. It will rhyme with a dating site that
Gotcha.
you've tried.
Yep.
All right. This is an app for people who are obsessed with Brett Favre's NFL record high number of 166 of this.
Fumble?
Yes, this is Fumble. Rhymes
Brett
with-
Favre?
Brett Favre is the
Oh,
high.
yeah.
166 fumbles in his career?
He played a long time. Played a lot of football.
Still, though, that he must have played 10, 12, 13, 15 years, possibly.
This is what the internet... I didn't count them myself. This is what the internet told me.
I've seen that
that's-
stat before that he leads the. Is that the record?
That's
You
the
said?
record.
Yeah,
That's
record for
got to be
fumbles, yeah.
more than half a fumble a game.
Look, you got the question right.
All right.
Point for Kevin.
Wait, what are we rhyming this with?
We're naming
Dating sites.
Dating sites
The answers
that-
will
Okay,
rhyme with
okay.
some dating site.
With
Yep.
dating
Okay.
sites or apps.
Okay.
Bumble is the original. Yeah.
A website to pick up
That's a
the
cat.
first ever winner of Survivor.
Hatch.com.
Yes, that is Hatch. Richard Hatch was the first ever winner of Survivor.
This is a Kevin game.
A website to meet single Jewish ladies concerned about their missed period.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Don't feel like everyone else can play.
I'm
Don't
thinking.
feel like you're on the spot
yeah, I'm
here.
thinking.
Yeah, I'm
here.
thinking.
Jewish
What rhymes with
ladies missed
What rhymes with
period.
grinder? Reminder.
Think Jewish is the
Jewish
key
here.
None of you are Jewish, unfortunately.
We're all Christian. That's right.
Born in a Jewish hospital.
We can skip it if we want to.
Oh, give us a moment.
Okay,
Here. We can do this.
okay.
Are there any hints? You can.
It rhymes with Tinder or Grinder.
No, it rhymes with any available dating site that's out there. Maybe specifically for
You already did Match.com.
Jewish folks.
Oh yeah. What was that one?
Delay date? I don't. Missed period.
What was what's the Jewish dating app?
J-date.
Late
J
date?
Yeah.
What's that?
Late? It doesn't rhyme.
What'd you say?
Late
Late
date.
date.
Late?
I'm going to give it to Carl. He said late. It's J late.
J late.
J
All
late.
right, all right,
Okay.
all right. Gotcha.
I'm going to
Cute.
say that
J
the,
late.
the J is not integral to answering that. Oh, I skipped one. An app devoted to fans of the debut novel of Marissa Meyer, featuring a ball and someone losing a foot, and is loosely based on a classic fairy tale.
Jesus.
Who the fuck is she?
Exactly. I will say the emphasis should be on featuring a ball, meaning like
Cinderella.
Okay.
And losing a foot. She loses a shoe.
Yes. So this is something that rhymes with an app or a website.
Cinder.
Yes, it is Cinder.
Cinder.
What's the losing a foot part? Oh, that was just in the book.
Well, she lost a glass slipper in the actual Cinderella.
And then she loses in the book. She loses
In Cinder, someone loses a foot.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
And then, Kevin, you've won this, but we'll do this one for fun, or maybe not.
Now I just want to read Cinder.
This is a website devoted for people to meet over a container designed to hold 10 pairs of mittens.
To meet over a container.
They would like to meet over a container that can holds 10 pairs of mittens.
Wow.
Looking for glove, something.
Mitten case.
This is you've already won this one comfortably, Kevin. But
Okay.
I feel like for pride and your datings, you can
This
put
would
this
help
on
me
your
in
profile.
my in my
Yeah,
adventures.
you could sign up to this.
You're going to get so dated.
Do you think you're going to
10
sign up to
pairs.
J-Late?
10 pairs. Oh, 20 of mitts.
I'm gonna give it to you. I said
All right.
20 glove dish rhymes with plenty of fish.
Okay.
Oh, you've done better in the past, Joe, on this rhyming game. These were tough. He has high expectations of our rhyming abilities. I only know like 2 dating sites, too. I don't know.
What are the two that you know?
Tinder and Grindr. I use Grindr a lot.
Yeah.
I found a new one this week. So the big ones are Tinder. That was the first big one.
And I know Bumble 'cause of
Bumble is
you.
now, Bumble's now, I think, the premier dating app to have. If you're
Nice.
trying to meet ladies, they find it very friendly and whatever.
They can make the move on.
Yes, yeah, it's like Tinder,
Bumble, too.
but the lady has to talk first, and it's not called Tinder, so they don't feel as much shame for being on there.
Yeah.
Also, you've got your OkCupid. That one's okay. Plenty of fish. All I found on there is scammers. And
What's your review of OkCupid again?
okay, it's
You said it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
That one's nice because you can like and message at the same time without them having to match yet. So
Yeah.
it's easy to you can call something out on their profile, and maybe that grabs them where just matching on the pictures wouldn't have done so. There's a new one called Hinge, which is these are all basically the same. It's pictures and little bio things, and you swipe or you like or whatever. What I found is this Hinge thing. It's nice because there's different pieces of the profile. So there's like a picture, and then you choose a prompt and answer the question. And when you like someone, you like a specific part of their profile. So you could either say, hey, I like that photo a lot, or I like the way you answered that question. And you're like, my strategy is, I think with ladies, you should always like something that they've said, their answer to a question.
That sounds stupid, because why wouldn't you just already do that on any of the other above-mentioned websites? Say, hey, I read your profile, and actually I found you interesting.
Well, you can do that on OkCupid. You can't do that on Tinder, Bumble,
Oh, yeah, I get it.
anything else.
You have to match first.
But this is nice because it's also less, I think it's less, what would you call it, intimidating or whatever. If you're on OkCupid, you have to like and then message, and now there's already a chat started. With this, they answer a question and they're like, I love dogs. And you just like that message, and they're like, oh, he likes me and my personality. But it hasn't already started a conversation, so they still,
You hear about there's one, I couldn't rhyme anything with it, but it's like bagels and lunch or bagels and
Yeah, it's J-Date.
juice.
Bagels and Locks / JDate LLC.
J-Late.
J-Late.
But no, that's apparently an up-and-coming one that's supposed to focus on actually getting you out into the world instead of sitting around and messaging.
Masturbating in your living room.
Yes, to the lady's message that you've sent. I don't know. Do we want to do it?
Or as Kevin calls it, his come-on place instead of the commonplace.
Do you want to do another game real quick?
Trip's got like 7 minutes.
I know. That's what I'm trying to get through these things. Oh, we're trying to wrap.
Well, you guys can keep going if you want.
I gotta also, yeah.
Okay. 7 minutes then.
What other topics didn't
7
we get to
minutes
that
in
we
heaven.
wanted to hit?
7 minutes of heaven.
A lot. We talked about video games.
We
for
didn't do
most of the pod.
WWE.
You sure did.
No.
Or Neil deGrasse Tyson. Tell me what happened there. He's being charged with.
Yeah, I mean,
Not charged.
we
but-
should probably wait until next week. How about everybody do some homework this week on
Okay.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he released a statement. So the short story is he was accused of some sexual misbehavior, dating back. Some of it, I think, as far as the 80s, and some of it more recently. An assistant on Cosmos, I think, had something to say.
What was he doing? Touching buns, or was it like a
Yeah.
coffee type situation? We talking Cosby or Louis C.K.? What happened?
Neither of those. It was kind of like just. Okay, so there was
Well, the one from the 80s
Yeah,
says that
one of
he
the
raped
four
her.
says that he straight up raped her, but she's also probably the least reputable source out of the four people. You can do your own homework, and we'll give our full in-depth review of it next week, I would say.
We're going to reach out. We're going to tweet him and ask him directly.
Oh, sorry, but he made a statement about it on his Facebook page, also Twitter. You can find it there.
Very
I think it's
active on Twitter.
On being accused was the tagline for his little essay he wrote in response to it. So, Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Yeah, we'll talk about that next
the
week.
next generation.
Can't wait to hear the next episode of Star Talk Radio. It should be different. It should be interesting. It's not a very good podcast. You guys have heard my complaints with Neil deGrasse and like.
His podcast just sounds like he actually talks to a person for 5 minutes at a time, and then
Well, it's radio format too, so there's like
dumb.
breaks every
Yeah,
5 minutes.
It's dumb.
And then also, my one thing that irritates me about like him and anyone who does like who else am I thinking of? Not Sagan, not
Penn Jillette.
no,
They remind me
Bill
of each
Nye
other.
the Science
who-
Guy?
Yeah, maybe Bill Nye. Yeah, Bill Nye. These guys, they try to make like what they're doing, which is trying to educate. They try to make it way too like hip and cool. I feel like when he's in a deep conversation or a real deep talking about dark matter or something, it's like, no, I just really like I'm already interested. I want to. You can go deep on me. You don't. Well, somebody said that once and it didn't work out so well, but you know what I'm saying. I want to hear I want him to dig into the topic, not continually tell jokes or play a cool hip hop song in the background so people can feel comfortable and
We're trying to be marketable, and I think
hit a broad audience.
his following kind of did that to him. I don't think he decided that he was going to be hip. He just had this weird fame out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And how do I turn this into a living? And
Sure.
I think he had a genuine interest in bringing people in so that he could educate and stuff. So
I still adore him. I hope none of this is true.
I don't like him just because of the he's one of these like outspoken, like vehement atheist types. Like I don't like anyone who's like kind of smug or whatever and in your face with like, this is science and this is blah blah blah. And people, like the common like layman approach to science nowadays kind of pisses me off because it's like, science is facts. Science is that. Right. That's not really what science is. Science is supposed to be like constantly updating itself. And,
trial and error.
Yeah, what's wrong with this? And I think stupid people in today's society approach science like, this is the truth.
This is law.
So if you disagree or question any of this, then you're a wall.
To be fair, I've never heard him say anything like that. I've heard him always say the normal thing you say, which is this is the best evidence that we have at the time, and he's never seen any evidence of a God form.
He had one comment on that new Cosmos series that started a little internet fire about religion and creationism,
intelligent
and stuff.
design or something. Yeah.
It was the human eye episode. Remember when he described? Yeah, it was interesting, but it was like, it pissed a bunch of Christians off, and that's what happens when 70% of the country is religious, or,
I think
50% or whatever.
I just don't see how. I feel like a lot of these types imagine if we can convince people that like religion is stupid, that suddenly they'll just become smart.
It's not going to happen.
And I don't think it really works that way. I think most of your population is going to be science illiterate anyway, and right now they're thinking about God. And if you spend all this time trying to convince them that like that's not true, then they'll just be angry and confused.
driving them closer to it.
You're putting them on the defense when you say the thing you've held dear to your heart the whole life is not a real thing.
The best you could do, I think, is to get them to listen to your viewpoint and like repeat it back, but not really understand it. So, whatever.
It's a tricky one.
I wish atheists would consider the fact that you may not have it all figured out either. Like,
I think
there could be some giant fucking squid god in the sky. Like, we don't fucking know.
No.
That's the cool part, I think, about life is you don't get to know. You get this cool thing, and then and then you die. And we don't know what's going to happen after that.
Your entire life and consciousness is all like predicated on your framing of like you're basically hallucinating your reality.
Yeah.
So to
perception.
Think that like even collectively we've figured out so much that like now we can confidently say there's not a God or something like it. It's just ridiculous.
No, I always thought atheism was as silly as any otother religion, in that like, oh yeah, there's a book, we know that Jesus died for our sins, and well, it's like
I would say it's less silly, but it's equally there's reason to not subscribe to it. Just because the reason I say it's less silly is because certain religions follow specifics of this definitely happened, this definitely happened, this definitely happened, versus atheism saying no, none of that happened, but nothing happened, but something might have happened that's between both of those lines.
Yeah.
I don't see the logic in getting on the internet and like yelling at someone and calling them stupid.
Well, you got nothing,
and thinking that like I'm going to convince people
you got nothing better to do.
I'm right. Like, you stupid fucking idiot, listen to me. Like, no, they're not going to listen to you.
Yeah. Makes that person feel real good, though, when they post that.
Oh, yeah.
Big confidence boost.
I also hated that bullshit show that Penn and Teller did. Because it was like, every episode was like, well, you're wrong about this, but then it was kind of set up to where they were supposed to prove why it was wrong, and they never did. They always just like presented it like, well, this is dumb and this is dumb, so I'm right.
Yeah,
like fuck you.
Well, they got paid a bunch of money by a TV Showtime, so
they're doing something right.
Yeah. Maddox was on an episode of that show, and he's talked about how they took a lot of the things he said out of context.
You can do a lot with editing.
And edited all so that so that it was all the joke was on him and the segments. Yeah,
I'm bad too. Like, I watch a documentary and like 10 minutes after, I'm like definitely one of those people that like, okay, I guess I'm not eating meat ever again. Oh, like it's tricky. You got to remember anytime you watch a documentary, like there's a who made this? That's their opinion, and that's why they made this documentary. Not
there's good people on all sides.
Sure,
yeah.
All sides. Well, that's the great thing about supporting a podcast on Patreon is that you get all these opinions unfiltered with no biases except what we bring to the table. And right now, we're a business. You can
we're big. We're big. We have filed to become a business.
We will become a big corporation. We will launder your money for you. We will issue you T-shirts.
Big podcast. Yeah, we're in.
Joining Big Pod.
Do you guys want to keep going or
no? I'm good.
We ready to
I
wrap?
think that's a good show. Yeah.
We got all of it. We can hit WWE and do more Neil next week, and then we'll have more Red Dead stories for you next week.
Definitely.
Tune in Wednesday night. Mixler, Rad Dad Radio for Rad Dad Redemption with me and the Super Shark, and then we're
gonna try and get those out to you.
Yeah, and we'll have each of you boys on there because it's real easy to do just from your computer. Hook your mic up, and we've been doing them apart. So
yeah, you need to talk him, get him doing testing Discord out this week and doing that because it sounds like it's going to be a lot less of a hassle. You're all again. It's like an Xbox Live party. Instead of calling in with Skype,
lots of bings and bongs.
Everyone everywhere who's run a podcast and used Skype, most of them are switching to it. I've heard people say they ran with Skype for 12 years and they've switched to Discord and they're not turning.
Well, I've
back,
never had Discord just close on me. Skype, I've had it happen 6 times in the 4 times I've used it. The first time I ever used it was when Joe was in India and I just missed him.
Yeah. We don't need anything to resemble calling people on phones on the internet anymore. So Skype needs to get
or in real life
their bullshit
it's like,
together.
Oh man, I want to listen to some music. I better get a satellite radio subscription.
We also talked a little bit in the production meeting about maybe a fitness challenge. Some input from the listeners. If you guys want, text us, hit up the Twitter over the next week. Maybe we'll talk. We'll announce something on next week's show.
I just think it'd be fun, some sort of competition outside of rhyming games and you're doing great, Joe. I didn't mean that as a burn.
Just because you've never been on 20 Glove Dish before doesn't mean you need to raggle over the game. You've never been on there. You met your lady a long time ago, but 20 Glove Dish exists for a reason, pal.
I met her on the Glove Dish.
Oh. You were on the Glove Dish?
Yeah. The Glove Dish.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Episode 82. We'll see you next week, or we'll talk to your ears next week. Podcast Right Now is the name of this podcast. Tell a friend about it. We're trying to make some money now.
.com.
Yeah, on Twitter.
PodcastRightNow.com on Twitter.
Are we at .org yet, or are we at
No, we're at .com.
.inc.
How about .eu?
Why would we do that?
Podcast Right Now.
Maybe we have listeners across the pond. We don't know.